Hey everybody, we're just waiting for the live to build up just a little bit. We have a live session this evening with Mr. Jyd Goolie, former West Indies under-19 cricketer, currently the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force batsman, top order batsman, and soon to be the West Indies middle order batsman for the senior team, definitely. All right, so we're just waiting for the live to build up. Feel free to share the live, just like a few of you all did already. And we're going to get started with the interview in a short bit. Of course, we're going to be chatting a lot about cricket, glorious cricket, and Jyd Goolie's career, and lots more, guys. So you know what? Keep those comments coming in and keep those shares coming in as well. All right. All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Thursday's edition of Cricket Wicket Live. Last week, Friday, we did in fact had a Cricket Wicket Live extra, mainly because Travis Blyden could not have made it on that Thursday due to some technicality with his Facebook page. But eventually we got it up and running, and he was certainly part and parcel of Cricket Wicket Live yet again. Folks, I am really privileged to introduce you the guy sitting below me. That's by no means anything of a disrespect, but he's supposed to be sitting beside me. So let's make that correction. Sitting beside me, virtually, of course, is Mr. Jyd Goolie, a former West Indies under-19 cricketer, and certainly right now he's currently the middle order batsman or top order batsman for the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force of the TNT senior men's team. Jyd, it's a pleasure to have you on the show this evening. Thank you for agreeing to be here, and thank you for sharing some time with all of us, of course, chatting about the game of cricket.
Yeah, pleasure to be here tonight, man.
Lovely, man. Let's get straight to it. By the way, welcome to everybody. If you just joined us, folks, we encourage you to please leave us a comment if you have questions for Jyd. You know what? Drop it in the chat box below, and we will certainly have those messages relayed on to Jyd. If he, in truth and in fact, if he does not see the messages, we're going to relay the questions to him as well. So we already have a fair amount of people on the live stream. So please, friends, we want to urge you to please share the live stream with your friends and family so they can view this wonderful interview with a wonderful young man who's worked his way extremely hard up the ranks of Trinidad cricket and eventually made it onto the West Indies team. Speaking of which, Jyd, I never had the chance to have you on the show. Making it to West Indies cricket team at the age of 16, playing for St. Benedict's under Mr. Amin Forjani. Did you ever have any single thought that would have happened?
Growing up as a youngster, late nights, school nights as well. Me and my dad usually watching the West Indies 19 World Cup, watching guys like Akid Hussain, Yannick Carrier, Evan Lewis, and always a goal of mine. I was thinking, me and my dad, one of these days, that's where I want to reach. That's a stepping stone. We like work towards that. And then I'm going to sacrifice me and my dad did morning, noon, night, days when he tired. I say, get up, it's time to go. There we go. Put in the extra work, to get to the highest level. Going before that, my last under-19 tournament, I was playing in Jamaica. We had 4 trial game down here, and I mean, I was such a purple patch. Out of the 4 games, I scored 3 half centuries, and I say, right, I'm prepared now, ready to go to this tournament, and hopefully I can get called for the West Indies under-19 team. Not doing going to the tournament now was pretty tough. The first 4 games, I had 3 duck and 1. Better depressing. I mean, I would share tears, calling my dad, my mom, what I could possibly do to change this around, turn this upside down and try to better myself. And, my dad told me I was going to sleep early at night, get me morning fresh, everything, have a nice light breakfast, and just try to play out of your game. Just play out of your game. Play a different role. And not knowing the game against Jamaica, the West Indies, I think coach was there. And that game against Jamaica went in with my mind, I just set my mind that, to play hard and just focus on play to my strengths. And end up scoring 50-something, 56 balls off, 56 runs off 31 balls. I say, you know what, I think as I start, And I said, well, last game against Lee was here now. I'm gonna go there now and try to put fight now and do something better. Ended up getting 4 wickets against Lee was, and so happened after we done bowl, the game come and wash out. We didn't get a chance to bat. And Jude, the 2 days before we leave to go, just got a call out, and I was invited to the camp. And I mean, this all this so much joy. I told my dad, he said, well, I mean, don't get relaxed. The work now start. They say a time for you to go there now and work harder even more than everybody else. Try to earn a spot there and fight and see. And eventually, I put my mind down. I say, I'm not going on there. If everybody want to do certain amount of work, I want to do more than that. When people sleeping in nice in my room, look up videos at the international players, their strengths, where they dominate, try to better myself, bringing that into my game. And so I've not I made it in the West Indies 19 World Cup team, and now we are champions.
Wonderful, man. Yes, I remember looking at that particular match and seeing your name there. It was a proud moment, not just for your parents or even your community, but it was certainly a proud moment for me because I played against you at St. Benedict's College. Yeah, for real. And apart from
clash,
that,
nice clash there.
yeah, man, that was some serious cricket that we did play. Your team was a powerhouse team that year. Our team was a powerhouse team, and certainly we were the best in South Trinidad, South Central. Yeah. And looking at a young man coming up and looking at him, and then I remember you taking that catch to dismiss me, and then that was the big wicket apparently. when you got my wicket, that was the big wicket. Benedict's would have won the match eventually.
Indeed, yeah.
So a few people sending greetings of well wishes already. Anderson is saying hello to you there, Anderson Denver. Sherry Ann Smith is saying hi. Craig Carston is saying a top cricketer as well. So indeed,
good night to everyone. Good night to everyone.
We always enjoy seeing these youngsters, and tonight you have the opportunity, folks, to hear the story of Mr. Jyd Goolie live and direct from his mouth. Certainly you can read about him in the newspapers, but hearing him speak in this particular segment where he's certainly not really in a formal setting, in that informal setting where you can get to know him directly and know the true things that happened when the day is counting up to the World Cup selection, of course, the West Indies under-19 selection as well. Shekhar Ramal is saying best of luck as well. Folks, feel free to share your comments if you have any opinions as well on how Jyd could probably up his game, improve his game. Not too sure how much more it can be improved, but I'm sure, as everybody knows, there is always room for improvement. Absolutely, brother. Proper definition of hard work. One guy is saying, Quincy Williams, proper definition of hard work and dedication, and they can't ignore you for too long. Absolutely, my friend. We always look at the youngsters and say, hey, they didn't receive the right direction. They didn't receive the push from family members or coaches, etc. Do you have any regrets, Jyd, currently? How old are you? 23, 24? 23. 24. Good. 24 years. Do you have any regrets over the last 5 years of something that you should have done that may have made your journey or your career a little bit different?
I don't see any regrets. I mean, for me, I just always had the platform from early. Always know that if you want to reach the highest level, then there are going to be no days off. There are always going to be days. I mean, obstacles. We always had to overcome these obstacles. Just for me, that's the fight real hard. I mean, I have a big dedication in my cricket because that is where I want to is a career that I want to reach the highest level. A lot had to go with my dad as well. I mean, matter of fact, my parents behind me every single day. Don't matter if it days that I know I play a game and I relax. If I do get a score 100, it always data room improvement. You still have a 1-2 shots where that you can learn from. Try to do. Get too comfortable sometimes when you're batting. Always work harder in every possible way. It is batting, bowling, fielding. Even my sister and my girlfriend as well, they all play a big part in my cricketing career as well. They know that even if you overly feel, always look for something to read, to keep your mind occupied or something to focus more when you go out at the bat. Always be simple as well.
Wonderful, man. Speaking of which, I'm gonna stem another question out of that conversation. Taking your mind off the game of cricket, is it something that you switch on or switch off? If it's let's use an example of a 4-day match. When that match is finished at, let's say, 5:30 p.m. in the evening, you're traveling to the team hotel. Is it something that you switch off and then you turn back on in the morning just to give that mind a bit of a rest?
Never switched off. Even if let's say a 40 game plays and I don't play, I always go to a player and say, well, well, how your day was, like what could have done, could have been better, and I try to input that into my cricketing career. Some of the games, the couple of games that I played in 2016 and recent, there's a lot of nerves. I mean, for me, growing up as a youngster, every game that I played, no matter if it's a FET match, T20, a practice game self, I always have nerves. So I talk to the older guys and I say, what do I do to calm down? Just relax, breathe, take each part at a time. Take it as a normal game, but play to your strengths. Sometimes like coming off the field and thing, just looking around, just looking back and thinking that, well, today was pretty tough. There are a lot of days gonna be like this. The can't just put us in behind and say, what, ain't gonna happen again. These teams always coming hard at you. You always have to be prepared to fight, to work hard, and just try to better yourself.
Wonderful, wonderful message indeed. Jumping back to the comment section, Chris Patia from out there in Sangre Grande. Chris, by the way, I did not forget you, my friend. I'm going to do that video for you, all right? Chris Patia, one of the biggest hitters in the game in the domestic league in Trinidad and Tobago, is saying, Jed, hi, hello, as well as Mahesh Ramkisoon. Also, Samir Maharaj is giving us a bit of reminiscing moments. He
schoolmate.
Oh, he was your schoolmate. Oh,
yeah,
wonderful.
Irie days.
Irie, nice. Let me see if I can get back that comment. So many people commenting. Samir, let me see. Where are you, sir? There we go. I remember a season batting with Jyd in school cricket days, and my boy make about 3 centuries that year. Well, we're going to be touching on centuries in a short bit. I'm sure that he has one memorable one in particular that happened quite recently. Sheikh Ramlal is saying he has stopped bowling, asking the question. I remember him emerging in the under-19 days as a budding all-rounder. Answering that question, Jyd, did you stop bowling, or are you focusing more on your batting?
Both, always doing both. No matter how my dad always say, you don't want to be a batsman alone. You want to be able to do something as well. So other than a fielder, always with my bowling. I try to work as much as hard as my bowling. I got a lot of help working with Sullivan Ryan at the moment. So trying to just tighten up a few stuff right now.
Wonderful, man. That's some really that's a big help. That's a huge help there. Working with a world-class bowler such as Sunil Narayan. Yes. So moving to the words of big centuries. I was at work one day and looking at the scores online, and I saw Jyd Goolie move into the 80s. I was working into San Fernando, in the San Fernando area, and I said to my boss, I think I need to pick up a few things in the grocery store before I head home. So I need to leave an hour early. Well, I can say it now. I think the Brian Lara Stadium did have enough groceries there for me. So I went there and I got there just in time when he was on in the 90s. And I sat there listening to his dad and his mom and his sister cheering him on, and the scattering of crowds, at most 100 people looking at that match, but so many thousands viewing the live stream as well across the region. Scoring that century, Jyd, how big of a deal was that for you, emotionally and otherwise?
That's going your first century for not only for your country, but for your national team is a tremendous feeling. Going into that game was a bit nervous as well. Never play against Winwoods. I mean, I know a couple of the guys, even Ryan John, who on that team, he was a part of my World Cup team as well. Just the night before the game, I had a lot of nerves. Call a couple of guys. Let's take it as a normal game, because the couple game before I played for Queen's Park, I came off 100 and a 50 as well. So let's take it as a normal game. Go in there, bat, focus, play each ball in spirit, and you will see the longer you bat, you will get runs. Going in there, I hit my first boundary. I just all the nerves just drop one time. That's how I say, today that day I feel like I'm going to dominate. And anywhere the ball fits in my area to my strength, I'm going to play, maximize as much as I could. And I finished the day batting with Imran Khan. It was even easier as well too. He played in so much of games. All his experiences as well as taught me a lot as well to be patient, occupy the crease as much as possible. There will be bowlers that you capitalize on. Even if a bowler is bowling well, you could even say any balls in your area. You could always, find the gaps as well and still rotate the strike. Do this bat and occupy crease and say, there's one that's bad balls. Always look for a single here and there in between. Going to the next day 2, being dropped on 93 was pretty tough. I mean, there was a bad luck on my side there. So scoring my first century for my country was a tremendous feeling.
Yeah, wonderful, man. I think it would have been a tremendous feeling for everybody, but certainly coming from your background with your parents, especially your dad, driving you, being that engine behind the success, so to speak. I mean, you did, in fact, do the hard work, but I think everybody who knows Jyd Goolie would certainly know that his dad really was the driving force behind him
Every
probably
every
reaching to
every
that batsmanship.
every step of the way. I mean, that days that I'll be like on holidays. My holiday and my spending time on holidays is with bat and ball and dad. Every step of the way. And that days when mom will she'll come and record this is what this is your mistake you make me and I will sit down and analyze where we can better ourselves, where we can learn from this mistake. Sometimes my sister, she's a medic, anything that happens, she'll come and bring her this see what I know too. So my parents play a big role. Even my granddad, my dear friend, her parents, as well, everybody played a big part in my success thus far, and they will continue to support me every step of the way. Even my grandma who passed, I know she's up there guiding and blessing me every step of the way too. So I just doing as much I can do for her and for my parents to make everybody proud.
Wonderful, brother. I think you're doing a fine job, by the way. Let's jump into the comment section. Anisha Guli is saying, "Cuz
Cousin, cousin, yeah.
the great work. Keep working hard." Mahesh Ramki soon, best of luck. Quincy Williams, never see Jed turn down a cricket game yet. That's what this show is about, guys. Feel free to share your
Indeed,
comments,
indeed,
your fun facts about Jed that maybe persons may not know. That's what we're here to discuss. Welcome to
indeed.
those of you who just joined us. We're chatting with Jyd Goolie. We're having a line, basically. We're really enjoying this conversation. Shekhar Ramlal is still with us. Akib Shibli, big up to you, sir. Thank you very much for
Baba,
joining us.
Baba.
Yeah, man. Brandon Budu is saying, Jed, please stop taking advantage of the Windward Islands peoples.
I'll try my best. I'll try my best.
Wonderful. I would love him to see him take advantage of much more people, to be quite honest. Quincy Williams, he said he drove from the east of Brian Lara to see that 100. My friend, the journey was well worth it. Trust me. I went on to stay there to the end of play, and what a spectacular display of shots it was indeed. Rajesh Lal, congrats, Jed. Always in the cricketing mood since a youth. He always pelting stone and imagining batting.
Indeed, indeed.
Former senior West Indies cricketer, women's cricketer Marissa
Marissa
Aguilera is with
Aguilera.
us. Keep up the hard work. It is your time. I think so. Melissa, Marissa rather. Wonderful to have you with us, Marissa. Skip, nice to have you with us. Nice seeing you on the live stream. Craig Carston is asking a very prudent question. How was the transition entering the West Indies youth team, seeing that most persons played for different national teams and hardly even knew each other?
Um, a bit different. No, not say too different. I mean, playing at these guys on a 19 level. Coming really on 19 level that that everybody. I mean, there was rivalry. But as everyone coming in, a big team bonding was there. The guys just gel so quickly that that we going in with a team goal, a team mindset that we going in to win this tournament. That's us focus on each game. Now it's a game that the top guys would perform, but the guys in the middle perform. So these were now the guys that do perform now. We try to help them in a situation. Our skipper Hetty, now he played a World Cup before me, so I was trying to get a feedback from him. Even most of the guys I got feedback from him. What is like to play for West Indies 19? What is the dream? What is he nerves about? How was he feeling about? He said just to be honest, nothing to take for granted. These teams don't just come easy. They come hard. No matter if it's a small team, a big team, no matter the name of the team as well. These guys come hard. They come to fight for because they make it to a big stage. West Indies, to the ICC the 19 World Cup. So that's for me. That's for the guys, there was nothing really big to move in. Then that's we gel as one and had a great bonding.
That experience, what were some of the lessons did you learn from playing for the West Indies team, certainly at the World Cup level, which is the pinnacle of all cricketing formats? Yes, the test format is great. The one-day international formats are great as well. But playing at the World Cup stage certainly is equivalent to that of an Olympic Games. So you can probably say the World Cup is the Olympic Games of cricket. What are some of the lessons did you learn from playing at that World Cup cricket, or the experiences that you would take for the rest of your life?
Never take anything for granted, for one. Number two, never stop giving up. one of the coaches was saying that, you see a lot of youngsters, after under 19 level, even at youth level, they have so much of talent. I know that it's so hard for them to get in a senior team or any other team out there. They just don't give up on cricket. There are a lot of rewards to be given out there, a lot of hard work and teams, other teams to be made, not only in your country, but there are people around the world that they send scouts to look at the youngsters, they can take them into other countries to better themselves and to play at a level, to carry cricket at a higher level. For me, playing in that World Cup, seeing how many the big names now playing for out there, Rishabh Pant, Ishan Kishan, these guys out there now performing for their national team, for their country, playing hard. They play the ICC, the World Test Championship soon. So great to see these guys out there now. That's for us now to try to continue to push. The time will come. Just to stick with it and believe in it.
Justin Stifler Maharaj is saying, excellent cricketer ever since Benedict's days. All the best, buddy. We have some thoughts to share with you folks if you're wondering and you want to ask some questions about Jyd's thoughts as it pertains to the match tomorrow, the second test match, the West Indies versus South Africa. We're going to jump into that in a short bit in the last 10 minutes of the show or thereabout. Jyd, let's talk a bit about your future, especially as it pertains to the latter half of 2021. We just have, 7 months remaining in the year. Of course, you did mention at the beginning of the interview that you are currently training with Sunil Narayan at the Queen's Park Oval indoor facility. There are provisions in place for national training, guys, so he's not breaking the law whatsoever. There were exemptions made in the parliament for that, so certainly he is well within his right. Jyd, what are some of your goals? Of course, getting into the TNT Red Force team and possibly gaining a central contract, correct?
Yeah, just thankful for to be selected as one of the 15 players to get a contract.
Of course, getting into the
not to say
TNT
it wasn't an easy road. It's from on a 19 level straight into a senior team setup. It's a dream as well. For me, this thing a couple of months, I just do have to work on my fitness as well. It's off season time to prepare. Attending next upcoming tournament is Super 50, so hoping to get into that as well. I say for me, just to go back to the drawing board, go back to the nets, do the basics from scratch, from ground under. I'm not sure what plans cricket board has for us, but anything they have for us, I know will we be a part of to try to get ourselves back into our gear and everybody and then do a lot of batting and bowling for the while. So as soon as everybody get a chance to be out there, we'll be happy for it. To get back our team bonding as well, and with that gel, everybody to be together as one. And hopefully cricket start back soon so I can get on the pitch and score some runs.
You did play with Jayden Seales. You did play with Joshua Da Silva. How is it looking on at these guys on television and seeing them performing well? Joshua Da Silva had a wonderful opening series. Of course, Jayden Seales had a dream debut as a fast bowler. How is it looking on at these guys? Is it a feeling of I should work harder to get to their positions, or is it a feeling that maybe I did not work hard enough? I should have been considered as well.
I wouldn't say anything like that. For me, as I said, I don't want to rush anything. I don't rush success for me. Take one day at a time, take one match at a time. I'm really happy for these guys. I know Joshua has been doing a lot of work from coming up from Queen's Park straight into you don't have to work on his fitness, his mental, batting, and wicketkeeping. To see him there at the highest level is a pleasure. Even Jayden, the young man quick. He unpredictable at times. He have a lot of skill with him. Now the good thing about it, he have a lot of guys working with him. Shannon, Kima Roach, all the top guys right now in West Indies senior team. Even the older heads, all these guys work with him. So this is where he will play a big part for him in his cricketing career. Try to develop new things and to bring to the game. Seeing him play against South Africa, saying on there, tell them again, and say, look, Jayden, he's playing there. I played with him a couple of months ago. After years right now, I'm glad, happy for him. I supported him, normal boys. I'm happy for everybody.
Wonderful, man. Wonderful indeed. Sharon Ramarak is saying, hey, Jyd, congratulations on your achievement. Boo in St. John as well. Akash Ramjit saying, keep up the great work. Michelle Stevens, both your father and I are extremely proud of you. Oh, that's mom. Okay. That's wonderful. Mom. Yes, indeed. That is your mom. Yes, you're right. She's also always very heartwarming to see your great achievements, obviously. Kurt Ramnarayan is saying, well spoken, Jyd.
My teacher.
One of your past teachers. Wonderful, man.
One of our biggest supporters as well, Mr. Kurt. Big up
Thank you
to
very
his
much,
family
Mr.
as well.
Ramnarayan. He's saying great interview. It's indeed my pleasure to be interviewing Jyd Goolie today, sir. So thank you very much for the support and thank you for the encouragement and the positive energy. That's quite important with everything that needs to be successful. Jyd, you made that move to Queen's Park Cricket Club. Now there are many speculations, and we really need to touch on this because people, athletes in particular, and we've seen so many things surrounding one particular athlete in the national football team as of the last couple of weeks. But old talk, if you want to put it that way, surrounding several athletes, it's something that is going to come towards you. People made the assumption that Jyd Goolie went to Queen's Park Cricket Club in order to secure his position in the national senior team. You care to respond to that, my friend? Use this platform and respond in the best way that you can.
Um, for me, firstly, Queensborough is one of the best clubs in the country. Um, Matter of fact, in the Caribbean as well. I mean, the facilities is top class. Not only that as well. They have, if you look at it, all the best players in the world play for Queens Park. Suona, Ryan, Paula, the two Bravos, everybody. They are the stars of cricket right now. So why wouldn't I want to be a part of that? These guys could always lend a hand, help in every possible way. It could be the biggest to the smallest. Now, for me, joining Queens Park is a pleasure, but I don't want to say that I want to go Queens Park and I go make every team. When I want to go there, I want to be able to back up that. If I get a chance to bat, bowl, field, perform at the best of my ability to earn a spot in any team that I get selected for. Now, going to Queen's Park, I mean, to make the first team is pretty tough. A lot of guns there, big players there. Playing my first game, I scored 21 not out. Now, that, I know the Red Force cricket season was going on as well, but that wasn't playing my mind. My mind was to take each game at a time, one at a time. Next game, I scored 100, first 100 for the club. Praise God for that. And the third game, I scored a 50. Now, for me, just thinking that another day going training, I got a phone call saying that and I got called up for the team. No, I didn't believe that first because a player was telling me that. I was like, nah, I doubt. I know didn't have a couple of games to go and this guy is going good now. Now, knowing I actually got called, was overwhelmed, thankful for the opportunity. So, on that note, just want to say that, why wouldn't you want to go to one of the best clubs in the country where there are all these stars playing? Not only they could use the facility morning, noon, and night, get occupy as much time as you could, to better yourself. Even the gym, do a lot of gym work as well. So why wouldn't you want to go there to the best club?
Absolutely. Wonderful answer indeed, Jyd. Wonderful answer. Let's fast forward a bit. You are known to be a one-day international cricketer as well as a four-day cricketer as well, the test format, the longer version. How are your goals as it pertains to T20 cricket? And of course, the next question will be CPL is the biggest thing in sport in the region. I mean, really, that's the only thing that us Caribbean people have to look forward to, CPL cricket. So certainly, that will really be on your cards within the near future.
Growing up as a youngster, my dad always said that, you don't want to play one version of the game. You want to play all formats of the game. Now, me doing that now, I try to incorporate my T20 skills with R50 over skills together as in 40 cricket. Now, when you're playing 40 cricket, guys just think you're just going to bat for a long period of time, not looking for a single here. If you do get a bad ball, you can put it away. But there are good balls as well. You can put it for a boundary as well. For me, when I play in white ball cricket, I'm a different person, to be honest. I mean, I just open up a little more. I just tend to play a little more freely. There are a lot more gaps. A lot more bad balls to be hit. So for me, if I do get an opportunity in the future to be a part of CPL, no matter for me, I don't really have a specific team I want to get picked for. Any team I'll be happy and willing to be playing for. Just for me to go there to execute my plans, to go there to fight, to work, to get big runs, even get a chance like opportunity to bowl, to play a big part as well.
Yeah, I think the CPL did in fact expose a lot of players that did not get a chance for their
Indeed,
regional
yeah.
teams, their territorial teams, I should say. They did in fact give them lots of opportunities to expose their talent. I think it's a wonderful avenue for young men
Yeah,
and of course young
yeah.
women in the future. We did have a ladies version of a curtailed ladies version of the CPL last year. Certainly, we hope that it's going to be continued this year or maybe in the year after. Jyd, we're talking about cricket in particular. But or I should say, who is Jyd Goolie apart from cricket? What do you do in your spare time?
I'm a family guy. Spend my time with family. Um, Not really a party guy unless you know me and my girlfriend we want to go somewhere. Spend more time home, relaxing, helping my dad around the house. So not really a party planner, just more who I inside person.
Wonderful, nice man. All fours?
Correct. That must is a must is a must
Yeah, man, for
is
real,
a
all
must is
fours.
a must.
I don't think any Trinidadian can pass through secondary school and not learn to play all fours. I don't
For
think
real,
so.
that'll be a mistake. That'll be a big mistake there.
Maybe you attended the wrong secondary school, my friend, if you
Nah,
went through secondary school and didn't learn to play all fours. And Nicholas
exactly.
Arjun Singh is saying, keep up the good work. Kamir Ali, congrats, brother. Christopher Ramsaran is saying, hi, well done, buddy. Who else is with us? Darian Radrup is saying hi as well. Amelia
Big Darren.
Raghubar saying hello. Anisha Guli is also supporting the all fours sessions. Yeah. Nice
I
one.
mean,
Vanir
to be honest,
Maharaj.
you know
Yeah, go
that,
ahead,
that
go
that
ahead.
almost every like during a game or something like as rainfall, the first thing the guys are saying, "What the pack is." One
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
everybody's always ask. They get the team all close as well, about bonding time for the boys as well too. So
Of course, I think that's
everybody
something that
inside the
was
old
developed
close.
through the club levels, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Even if a match is washed out, you will find the opposition telling us, "Hey, we can't play on the field. Let's play a game of all fours and see who's better."
correct.
And we're
Indeed,
gonna
yeah,
call that
indeed.
joke. If only international cricket can be like that. Anyways, it probably is. Speaking of
Yes.
which, you can probably attest to this. International cricket, when you go to that level, are the opposing teams very close knit in terms of oppositions? Meaning, if you have some downtime with the West Indies team with the opposition, let's say West Indies playing India, would you all have any sorts of counter interactions? Would you go across by them, have a chat? Is it something that's prohibited during the game? I'm not too sure. Maybe you can shed some light on that.
Not really though. That time when we were there at maximum security. So each level at the hotel had at least 10 to 15 security. Didn't really get much time to talk to any of the guys on any team as this. But seeing these guys that they already know, they always say that to remain humble. They really get much feedback from any of the players. One of the biggest thing was seeing the coach Raul Dravid. I mean, I get a chance to talk to him and take a picture, but seeing him there, that's right close to us, that was a pleasure. One of the best batsmen in the world, the wall. So it's a tremendous feeling.
Wonderful, man. Superb, superb indeed. Let's shift gears a bit. Let's put on the analytical cap of Jyd Goolie. The West Indies versus South Africa, that first test match ended in a not so nice result. I'm being very kind by saying that. Where do you think the West Indies fell short? Is it in the batting? Is it in the bowling? Is it maybe in the fielding section?
I wouldn't say any bullet. Probably in the batting. I think some of the guys played too lucky with skill shots. Unfortunately, that Bonner had a concussion. Great to see Shehu back into the test team as well, though. I love to see that young man, but love to see but temperament is class. Even a great debut for Jyd as well. Not to say well, I think South Africa is a top class team. I think they just played the better day, and they came out victorious.
Do you think the West Indies team were prepared for the onslaught or the examination of fast bowling they received from the South African team?
I think so. From looking at following the page, I think the guys were training hard, doing a lot of work, even practice games as well. Everybody put on the foot, they said, this is not going to take each team lightly. Seeing these guys square runs, I mean, on the day, I mean, not every day could go your way, as you say, but on that day, so depends to Africa way.
Marcel Jones is saying, well done to you as well. Vanir Maharaj, congrats, Jyd. Keep putting in the work, and it was a pleasure spending time with you, having you as a mentor through my youth days. Interesting.
Yeah. Nice. I was just Samir, that's his brother.
Yeah.
Love
Yes,
this. A
correct.
nice left. Sam Vinir player. I think he played youth level. I think on a 15 and
Under 15,
17.
under
Beautiful
17
left
as
hand
well.
seamer.
Correct.
Nice
Yeah,
left hand
he's a
seamer.
very
Yeah.
good player, very good player. Unfortunately, he
Mm-hmm.
couldn't make it a higher up for whatever reason, but it's certainly a top player. Let's hope he can
Well,
get there quite quickly.
yeah. For me, like these youngsters, I always see something in them that are willing to go out there to help them. I mean, I'm not a fast bowler, but to see them batting, to see them in any little possible any mistakes they make, I can lend a hand, anything. always I tell them just to just always remain focused. If you're dedicated to play it, always be dedicated. Show passion, show the love for the game, and will be rewards in your future.
All right. Before we continue with the cricketing part of it, curry chicken or stew chicken?
Curry, curry,
Curry. Curry down
yeah.
the road, right?
Every day, yeah. I ain't too much for this too.
When you're on tour, Jed, what is
Yeah.
the number one food that you missed from your home or your mom's kitchen?
Mom kitchen?
Yeah, from your mom's kitchen.
Dal and rice and curry chicken.
There we go. The curry is
Dal
in
and
there as
rice.
well. The
Dal
curry
and
is
rice
in
and curry
there
chicken.
yet
Any
again.
kind of curry. Curry duck, curry goat, curry chicken. Yeah, miss it bad, miss it bad.
All right, indeed. Imran Jan is saying, excellent show, good stuff, Jed. Thank you very much, Mr. Jan. Nice to have you on with us. Derek
Great
Goolie is with us.
coach.
That's your dad, right?
That's that. Good night, Dad. Even
All right,
Mr.
man.
Jan as well.
Yes, Mr. Mr. Imran Jan is with us, and we're chatting with Jyd Goolie, folks. If you just joined us, we're very much into the interview, actually coming on to the back end of the interview, and we're talking about the West Indies cricket team tomorrow. Two major things happening. One, the West Indies team will try to regain some sort of, confidence against the South Africans, and the first ever World Test Championship final is set to begin. In England, New Zealand will be taking on India. Wonderful indeed. Jed, I'm thinking you're going to be glued to your television screens. Maybe two of them. Which one should I look at? Maybe the left, maybe the right.
Well, for me, in the morning, I try to do my workouts in the morning. So yesterday,
Okay.
the back day, I try to I'll be free. So as much as working as I get in the morning, and then after I'm glued to TV, no disturbance at all. Phone on mute.
Wonderful. All right, let's chat a bit about how do you think the West Indies can approach tomorrow's game a bit differently?
Depending on the pitch. The pitch always play a big part. I never really get an opportunity to play across there. Not knowing what the pitch is like. But I mean, these guys coming up against top class bowlers. Rabada, one of the best in the world. Hoping to get to see opportunity to see Darren Bravo into the team as well. Love to see him bat as well. Classy, elegant. Just for the guys, to go there on a good day, focus, bat as long as possible. I mean, I'm just a bit disappointed to see the game finish in 3 days. I mean, it's 5 days of cricket. They have a lot of opportunity to bat, occupy as much as they can play on the crease. And I said, these guys are not going to come easy. These guys are going to come hard and possible. Even if shouldn't take anything for granted. I mean, look at the left hand orthodox who was bowling for them as well. He was be patient, applying the pressure, the same pressure. Wasn't even giving no bad deliveries as well. So, I mean, for me, seeing Dan Bravo, but the pleasure. I mean, to see him, he all dominate. So a guy like the left hand orthodox, see that person will try to attack him, trim off his line early. Now next, and the score runs on one end, occupy the next end. So these guys, they say they go, they focus, play hard cricket as usual, what they normally do. Hopefully they get the results and become victorious.
Not a bad analysis at all. Not a bad analysis at all. Brian Pegas is saying good night to everybody. Thank you very much, Brian, for being with us this evening. Imran Jan is suggesting that the pitch won't change much. The toss will be important, and Shannon has an awesome record there. It should be very interesting. Agreed. I think the pitch definitely favored the faster bowlers. So Shannon Gabriel in the high 80s miles per hour. And of course, he can touch down in the 90 mile per hour region as well. Once fully fit, I think he can really trouble the South African batsmen, especially. Let's hope that the West Indies win the toss, and on this time around, they choose to maybe bowl first.
Bowl first, yeah.
I think so. All right, so Jed, let's talk a bit about the question that I'm asking every single guest on my show. Of course, the show restarted last week with Travis Blyden of Guyana. The question is, what is your opinion about the selection process of West Indies cricketers? Is it a strictly talent only? Is it a strictly statistics only? Or is it a combination of both?
It's a combination of both. For me, I now start to play for cricket. So I mean, I have a lot a long way ahead of me. But to see these guys, I mean, performing year after year, to be consistent, these very younger guys now to be consistent as well, to earn a spot in the West Indies team. Not to say that to go in the West Indies team, that is the day you head high. No, that's really a bigger platform now. Just implement the same process where you're doing from home, the basics, stick to the basics as well. How to put it? I don't think there's any favoritism there. I mean, most of the guys deserve a spot. So just happy to see everybody out there, for who on the West Indies team, no matter if it's 30, 14, even if playing level, I got to see everybody there working, because the guys put in the work day and night, just to continue to be, how to say, um, humble as well. So great to see these guys out there, and just for this, be successful in the future.
Let's hope that tomorrow will be a much better day in the field of cricket for the West Indies team against South Africa. Game time 10 a.m. Eastern Caribbean time at the Darren Sammy Cricket Stadium. Hope you guys would send your positive energies. And speaking of sending positive energies, the St. Lucian government has actually opened up the venue for fully vaccinated individuals. You just have to present your vaccination card. Of course, you have to keep your mask on. Food and drinks will be allowed. So certainly, the people from Crozile and environs, you are invited to go down to the Darren Sammy Cricket Stadium and enjoy some good old West Indian cricket. It's expected to be a much better encounter, because these West Indian cricketers have seen what the South Africans have to offer, and now they know how to counteract the possible fast bowling onslaught that they very well may receive in the coming days. We're chatting with Jyd Goolie. Jyd, in the final moments of this show, just want to ask you a quick question. If not cricket, then what?
Sports-wise?
Yeah, I'm talking about a career. If not cricket career, what would be your second option?
Probably open doing an entrepreneur. To open my own business as well.
Very nice.
No matter what, if it is a small business or big business, try to start something small from there and then gradually go up to it.
Wonderful, wonderful indeed. Lots of discussions, by the way, taking place on the chat box. Imran Jan is having a great time with lots of people suggesting so much different changes to the West Indies team. He is also saying that World Test Championship, he will be glued to the television screen. Mr. Jan, it's nice having you locked on, sir. Indeed, a pleasure to have you on the show. Everybody, as a matter of fact. Wayne DeBoss is saying, my top local player is Mr. Jyd. Many people, Rajrup is suggesting that maybe you can experiment with Joshua De Silva as the opener. Drop Shea Hope to probably number 3 or number 4. We can only hope that things go well. Kevis John, Jyd, is it okay if I can get an autograph one day? Kevis, I'm sure that he can probably email you that autograph. We live in the electronic age currently, so I'm sure that's a high possibility.
Teammate as well too. Play had a good rivalry with him in school days as well. Played for Bayanex. He's played for Barataria as well.
Right. Yes. Wonderful individual indeed. Kurt Ramnarayan sending all his great wishes as well. High school from Irie High School as well. Nice to have everybody tuned in, man. Folks, we've been coming to the end of this interview. I promised Jyd we won't cross 45 minutes. We're nearing 43 minutes. Jyd, is there anything that I left out that you would like to let the world know? We have so many viewers on tonight. People in high places, people who just sit on the stands and look at you perform, people who look at you perform from the comfort of their laptop computers at home. Is there anything that I left out that you would like to let the people of the world know about Jyd Goolie?
No, not really much to know about me, unless, always open to talk, free to talk. They always come no matter what time you call me, I'll be there to lend a hand. But one thing I just say to the youngsters out there, if you do love the game, stick to the game. Don't try to think that after you reach a certain level and you want to give up. There are a lot of cricketers play out there. Stick to it, be dedicated towards it, love it. Show the passion towards it, because it's not going to be easy. And that don't mean that you get disappointed by a selection of one team. Not going to just give up your talent, don't give up your career there. There are a lot of cricket to be played out there. Keep at it, stay focused, work hard, and somewhere hopefully one day I could the youngsters can play with me as well if I reach when I reach the high level.
Wonderful indeed. Is there any particular cricketer that is currently playing that you would really want to play with at the highest level? So we're talking about maybe Pollard, Sunil Narayan that you've been training with recently. Is there one player in particular that you would really wish that you could play the West Indies team at the international level with, who currently play in the team?
After watching when Pollard hit the sixes in 80-20 game against Sri Lanka, get back with Polly one day. at the
Listen,
highest
man,
level.
Kieran Pollard is such a magnificent human being, not just a
He da-
cricketer.
he dangerous. When it comes to and matter of fact, in wild cricket and the whole, dangerous. I mean, one of the greatest leaders out there. Most calm person you know. Great captain as well. Love to be around him. Let's get feedback from him from the experiences he's been with Mumbai Indians. Matter of fact, all the teams he play around the world with, you know, not only I think he get a feedback from other players as well too. So it's great to be around him. Great feeling. That's to take in the information and to bring it into my cricketing career.
Was recently adjudicated or given the prize of the Wisden Cricketer of the Year for the year 2020. 53 is his average in the year 2020 with a strike rate of 159. Seriously top class performer. Honestly,
Yeah.
if I were a young player playing against Kieran Pollard and they put me into field at the Silly Point region, I would immediately injure my ankle. But certainly Pollard is one of those crazy men that you know, he can really take the game away from you. Just like Jyd Goolie, he can bat you out of the game and certainly lead his team to victory. Jyd, I want to thank you very much, my brother. It was indeed a pleasure chatting with you this evening, and thank you for sparing some time with us, 45 minutes out of your schedule, and keep on striving for the best, keep on striving for the stars, and certainly we're going to continue supporting you here at Cricket Wicket Live, and of course from the communities of South Central Trinidad and all, I shouldn't say South Central Trinidad, I should say the entire country of Trinidad and Tobago will be behind you and pushing you for success always. Your closing comments before we make our way to probably our couches to look at some maybe friends or the middle.
I just want to thank everyone for the support thus far. I mean, everybody has been behind me from since day one. I know can't believe all the support. I mean, even stuff like now that again getting to have back some of the supporters in the stadium. I mean, that always a great feeling as well too. So every chance I get, every tournament I go, I try to be the best for my team and for my country to make all my supporters happy.
Wonderful, wonderful indeed, Jyd. I want to thank you very much, sir. And of course, guys, thank you as well for joining us. So many comments, so many suggestions, so many great wishes. You know, people are saying great show. Thank you, gents. Imran, thank you very much as well for the lovely comments, folks. Mr. Jan, thank you for being part of the show as well. So many former and current cricketers who are part of the show this evening, guys. Tremendously appreciate your support as always, and we look forward to seeing your support in the very near future, folks. Fingers crossed, we can have another national, or I should say regional and international cricketer similar to that of Jyd Goolie next week Thursday on the show. So you want to stay glued to my Facebook page, and of course go to the Cricket Wicket Live Facebook page, share the page, like the page to look at, and of course look forward to some updates as well as to who that player may be. Hint, a big hint to you there. He is definitely involved in this year's edition of the Hero CPL, so it's something to look forward to, and we hope that you would join us then. Jyd, thank you very much, sir, and here's where we're going to leave the show for tonight, friends. Keep well. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Baby in